Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I just really quickly wanted to film a video and get it up today because you guys know that I get in these like little moods where I'm like, oh, I had a thought. Oh my gosh, look at my baby hair. That is so terrible. I have to like lick it. Don't judge me, okay? It's gonna bother me if I can see it the whole video. Okay, so I just wanted to take a few minutes, maybe like 5 to 7 minutes really quickly, and just talk about something that's been on my mind a lot lately. Last night I had a conversation with a few of my friends. We were kind of talking about body image and not necessarily body shaming, but just like little comments that we sometimes make to our friends that might hurt their feelings or might kind of come off as like a lack of understanding of what they're trying to say or how they're feeling. And I also wanted to talk about this because I kind of like got in my own head today. I don't ever usually wear my hair up in buns like this, like for a normal day, but my hair has been bugging me so much lately. I really, really need to get it done. So every time I try to do my hair, I'm like, oh, I hate it. I don't like it. So today when I put it up, I was like, oh my gosh, I look bald. I look like a boy. And just started talking to myself so negatively. And then I put this shirt on and it's a really, really comfortable shirt and I love the color. So that's why I bought this shirt. But every time I wear it, I'm like, oh my God, I hate it. Like my little like arm fat sticks out right here. That's gross. And I honestly have like pretty toned arms. Like I have more muscle in my arms than fat, but this little area right here is so stubborn and it's really hard for me to get rid of. So every time I wear shirts like this, if they don't come all the way in and then over here where you can kind of see my shoulder, if it just kind of shows right here, then I get really insecure about that and I'm like, oh, I hate this shirt, I'm gonna change. And I was like, you know what, why am I gonna do that? Because I like the color of this shirt, I like the way that it looks on my skin, and no one is probably going to be staring at my arm, and if they are, they're a mean person and I don't want to talk to them anyways. So, what the conversation that I had with my friends last night, one of them was talking about, oh, I don't want to eat, I don't want to eat pizza because I, really want to work on like my fitness goals. And this girl is super fit. She has one of like the most athletically built, like, I think that she has an amazing body, but she has a certain like expectation for herself. And I think it's very realistic if she does eat healthier and if she continues to work out the way that she does, she can definitely reach those goals. But as her friends, naturally we're like, oh, just eat, like, don't worry about it. You're fine. You're perfect. Like, blah, blah, blah. And she kind of made a comment back to another friend like, oh, you don't get it, like you weigh X amount of pounds, or you're super petite, you're tiny, like you don't understand. And that was kind of another mark of like, okay, well, it's not my fault I'm small, like this is just how I'm built. And for her it was like, okay, well, this is how I'm built and I want to look a certain way, so I need to do things in order to make that happen. So it's kind of like a lack of understanding on both sides. And I've definitely been in that position before where I've been like, oh, I don't want to eat this because I want to attain a certain goal. And it's awesome to have goals, especially when it comes to your body. If you want to feel good and you want to look good and you want to just be happy with the way that you look and the way that you feel inside about yourself and about your body, it's super important to have goals. And sometimes as friends we just want to like hype each other up and just be like, oh, like you're great, you're perfect, like you're amazing. Like when I talk about my insecurities, maybe some of you are going to comment on this video and be like, oh, you're fine, don't worry about the arm fat, don't worry about your hair, you're beautiful as you are. And it's like, thank you, I really appreciate that comment, but I still have things that I get insecure about. And I think it's important for people, in day-to-day lives in their day-to-day lives to understand that just like you walk around with things that you're not comfortable with about yourself, so do other people. And as much as you want to be encouraging and be supportive and hype people up and say, oh, but you look great, you're just fine as you are, you also want to support them in their goals because they may not feel the same way about themselves that you feel about them. And understanding that and acknowledging that is going to make them feel great. You know, I'm not saying to be like, oh, okay, well, sorry, you can't have any of the food that we're eating because you're on a diet, and kind of like making fun of them in a way, but more so being encouraging, like, okay, you know what, I understand, like, do you, like, that's great. I really hope that you get there, but you look great anyways, you know? So kind of being supportive and hyping them up at the same time, instead of, you know, kind of being like, okay, well, whatever, like, I don't know how to explain it. I'm trying to, like, get a point across, but basically just understanding that no matter what size you are, if you are super petite and really tiny and, you know, just naturally small, or if you are, you know, really athletic and you have a lot of muscle, or if you are kind of like myself, just kind of here, muscular sometimes, softer other times, you know, everyone has certain goals in a certain way that they want to look, and you will never understand. I will never understand how it feels to be super petite and tiny and just like to not really gain weight, and I will also never understand how it feels to be overweight. I will never understand how it feels to be rock hard like muscles, because I've never been in another person's body, and I will never be in another person's body. I only know my body, and I know the way that I react to things, and I know the way that, you know, going to the gym helps me, eating healthy helps me, you know, eating bad doesn't do well for me. I know what makes me happy. I know if food makes me happy. I know if looking more fit or feeling healthier is going to make me happy. I only know that. Just so even if your best friend or, you know, your cousin or your boyfriend or your girlfriend, even if you know them really well, you don't know what goes on in here every single day. You don't know the stories that they're telling themselves. You don't know if they're talking to themselves positively every day, and if they're happy with the way that they look and they're confident, they love the way that they look and the way that they are, they don't need, you know, your comments. Or if they talk to themselves negatively, yeah, they want your comments, they want you to kind of like lift them up, but they also want you to understand, like, okay, I don't see things that way, and I'm working on it, and I'm trying to be happy, and I'm trying to feel confident about, you know, the way that I look. And everyone has insecurities. Even the person that you look at and think, oh my god, they're perfect, they have nothing to worry about, nothing that they would want to change about themselves, they probably are looking on Instagram for their own inspiration, their own goals, and not just body image, but facial features, you know, personality, all of that stuff. Everyone has goals, everyone has insecurities, and I think it's important to be, you know, accepting and acknowledge that about people. Acknowledge that they have a certain way that they want to look. They acknowledge that they, you know, have things that they're insecure about, and let them be, but just be supportive and just be nice and just, you know, have fun, and don't focus on, you know, image, and don't focus on comparisons or anything like that, and just be nice to people, be kind, and be nice to yourself. Talk nicely to yourself and acknowledge the things you don't like, and just speak positively, and, you know that you're going to come to a point in your life where you are gonna love who you are and love everything about yourself, whether you attain your physical goals or not. That should be another goal in itself, to just one day wake up and be like, you know what, I love who I am. I love the person in the mirror. I love everything about her. Yes, I understand there's little things here and there that may not look aesthetically pleasing to me, but I'm okay with it, and I'm good. So I just wanted to kind of share those things. I feel like sometimes we can be so wrapped up in ourselves and like what we want and what, you know, just kind of be selfish. We can kind of be a little bit selfish and think like, oh, well, I have my own struggles too. And yeah, you do, but so does everybody else. So let's just try to be more understanding and be more positive, not only to other people, but also to ourselves. So I hope you guys have a great Thursday, and I will see you whenever I get another thought that I want to talk about, or if I get some inspiration to do some makeup looks soon, then hopefully we can make that happen. So have a good one, guys, and I'll see you next time.